Alright, I guess we got it set so you can see me and hear me, hopefully. Welcome everybody to the boonies of the fortified tower. This is many rounds, and it is, let's see, what day is it? September 19th, at about 10 to 1 a.m. We finally got this thing set up. That's what it is. Alright, well, I came out here basically to give you a tip, okay? Free tip. And let's see what happened today first. Let's talk about that. Okay, we had another round of phones and radios and stuff blow up in people's faces, and we've got hordes of people being distributed through the country, different towns, against people's wishes, some people's wishes. What else? Israel is deciding whether or not they're going to do something, and Russia got hammered with a gigantic something, and it was probably visible from Moscow. I haven't heard anybody mention that, but the mushroom clouds seem to be getting bigger, I noticed, so things are not looking better, but hard times are coming. That's basically it, okay? And we know that. So what I've done is I've compiled a few books that might come in handy, because knowledge is something you can carry around and it doesn't weigh anything in your pack. I've got some critters out here, sounds like. But anyway, I've got a compilation here of a few books I pulled out of my library. One book in particular that is probably going to be handier than all the rest outside of my Bible. And I'll start with that. How's that? In case you got very little time to watch videos, like me. Okay, so first one is that one. Okay, that's the main one. All right, you read that as much as you can, and ask the Lord to sink it in. Okay. And the other one that I have here is, by the way, nobody's giving me anything for this, okay? I'm just doing it because it's going to help you, all right? But this book is titled The Wilderness Companion by Glinda Lomax, okay? And, you know, we're in a war, okay? And you know, in combat, there's manuals for combat, okay? There's all kinds of field manuals, they call it, FMs. And then there's the Ranger Handbook and some assorted other references you can go to learn about how to conduct combat, okay? Infantry, armor, cannon cockers, the guys that shoot the artillery, all that. And in the spiritual war, it's sort of the same. It's just spiritual. And there's cannon cockers, there's infantrymen, there's medics, and there's all. Everybody has their gift, okay? And in this war, you have to learn the ropes, okay? And you'll go through a wilderness, just like God sent the children of Israel through a wilderness to teach them about his ways. And it's no different now. He's going to send you through a wilderness, or one or two or three or more. It depends on how hard it is for you to get to learn what's up, And a few years back, the Lord put this lady, Linda, through several wildernesses, okay, to teach her his ways. And she wrote a journals on all of it. And the Lord told her those journals would come in handy, And several years after she initially found the Lord, and she compiled these journals, the Lord asked her to go back through the journals and document everything that she went through to learn the things she learned. And this book is the result of that, okay? And outside of my Ranger Handbook and the Bible, this is it, okay? I refer to this, and you will too, okay? If you get a copy of this, you're blessed, because this lady went through hell to be able to write this book. But she, was grateful because she was able to help people get through the wilderness, get through learning how to walk in God's ways, and try to avoid some of the pitfalls that the enemy is going to throw at you. And it's a nuts and bolts manual on how to do it, okay, and how to get through the hard times that are right before us right now, and that we are going through. Some of us are going through these hard times. We're always being tested and attacked and everything else. And this, is a book that is like, something generals in the army would refer to help them get through the battles of whatever the enemy throws at you. And I highly recommend this book, okay? It's priceless. This book is priceless because it helps. A lot of folks won't read the Bible at first, but they'll read something else. And, if they read this, it would help them understand the Bible a little better and how God's ways work. And if you get a hold of it or you have a copy of it, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with those who are going to need it around you, because they're going to need it. And it'll help them understand why all this is going on, why all this is happening. And it'll give them hope, and it'll give them courage, and it'll give them the tenacity to get through it and realize that God has not left you. He's right there, and he's working in your behalf, and he goes before you, and he keeps all his promises that he put down in the scriptures, every single one of them, and they all work. And you just have to kind of get in tune with how he works, and then stay clean and help other folks, like it says, and love your neighbor as yourself, and love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And you'll see once you read this, and I would get a box of tissue though before you crack this open and start reading it, because you're gonna need it. I did, okay. Rough and tough sergeant here. Well, you're gonna need a box of tissue, because you're gonna be able to relate to it too. Let me make sure this thing's still working. I'm talking to myself. Okay. I'm talking to myself. a little bit, but that's yeah, out here in the middle of nowhere, talking to myself in front of a fire.